What's good? Dang, that was horrible. We can play some like Obama, Mr. Casey. Love you. Do you have not really. Ah, everybody, let's go. Bye. Hey, hey. Pop it out. It's for you to spell it. Yeah. Oh wait, I think we have someone in here. What's good? So we're gonna be trying to like find somewhere to take questions. Here we go, right here. And we gonna
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
This is a quiz to find out if you'd survive a zombie apocalypse. Not movie logic, not gamer instincts, actual survival decision making pulled from disaster studies, urban collapse scenarios, and real world psychology. It's 28 questions long. Some of the questions are easy, most of them are not. For each of the questions, you get 4 options to pick from, and I'll tell you the right answer and explain why the others most likely will get you killed. As we go through the quiz, you should keep track of your score. You get 1 point per correct answer. And at the end, I'll tell you whether or not you'll last. Some context as to this world and also the scenario so that you can make informed choices. So this quiz, right, this scenario, it uses slow moving zombies. So like classic infection type zombies with moderate hearing and smell. They have poor eyesight, especially in low lighting. These zombies will notice if you're loud, if you're fast, or if you're bleeding. In terms of how to defeat them, zombies don't feel pain. They don't bleed out. The only tried and tested way to destroy them is by destroying the brain. And they don't stop unless you hit a central nervous system, so when you're picking weapons, that's what you're aiming for. In terms of how the virus spreads, or how people turn, the virus spreads fast. People say it's from bites, maybe blood. It's not airborne as far as we know, but if someone gets it, they turn fast. To give you some context of you live.
How fast are we talking? Like 2 seconds? Because that. Okay.
Live in an urban area with 2 other people, so it's like a medium-sized city, pretty densely populated area with the what you get in an urban area. So public transport, accessible supermarkets, roads, etc. I hope you took some notes or you remembered those facts because they may or may not be relevant in deciding what you'll do. So again, I'll set out each question in turn and then the options, and I'll give you a couple of seconds to pick your answer. I'll tell you the right answer after each question and give you an explanation as to why that's the right answer. Feel free, obviously, to pause the video to take more time if you need it, and most importantly, keep track of how many answers you get right or wrong for your final score at the end. And without further ado, let's begin. So you just confirmed it. It's a zombie outbreak. You live in the 2nd floor apartment in a medium-sized city, and it's the first 10 minutes. What do? Option A, leave immediately by car and head towards the countryside. Option B, grab a pack and head on foot to the nearest supermarket. Option C, wait a bit, gather information, and then leave before nightfall. Or option D, stay put and begin fortifying your home.
I think C. All sound good. I think it's between like A and D. Countryside ain't no people, but D is good because you don't want to get like attacked or nothing. So that's why C is also like reasonable. I think.
So the correct answer is option D, stay put and begin fortifying your home. So the reason that this is the right answer is because leaving in the first wave is often one of the riskiest that you can do. Another reason to stay put is because you have more control at home. You know your layout, your entry point, what you have at.
Very. Dang it.
You're able to
Oh,
lock doors,
no,
ration
back in
supplies, and
damage.
also reduce noise. All in all, staying put has fewer variables and more you can control, and there's also just less visibility to the outside world and its threats. Public spaces during this time are basically chaos zones because supermarkets and gas stations are early hotspots for violence, looting, infection spread. The majority of people that die early in disaster events do so because they go out thinking that they can grab more supplies. Another reason to stay is because waiting often gives you more information. In the next 12 to 48 hours, you'll learn what's happening, where to go or avoid, and whether there's an organized response. And so people who leave immediately often walk into blind danger. The only exceptions where leaving might be the right choice is if your building is actually compromised, like if there's an infected person inside and there's no way to secure it, or if you have a clear escape plan with pre-packaged supplies and like a safe destination, or where that's completely defensible. So for example, there's a glass storefront, or you're on the ground floor, or if there's wide entry points. But other than that, the safest thing to do is to stay and fortify and wait. So you've decided to stay put and ride out the first wave in your apartment. You've locked the doors, you've pulled the curtains, and you've confirmed it's a real outbreak. What's the smartest next move? Option A, start moving heavy furniture to block entry points. Option B, fill bathtubs, sinks, and pots with clean water. Option C, inventory your kitchen and make a Option D, turn on the news and call your loved ones for updates.
Really?
Smart founders know something most people miss. Get your domain name even if you're not ready to launch your business.
Airbnb. Lock me in. Airbnb. You know what? Lock me in. Cool.
Correct answer is option B, fill all possible containers with clean water. The reason this is the right answer is because in disaster scenarios, especially when infrastructure is unstable, water is often one of the first systems to fail. City water might stop flowing or become contaminated within hours of an outbreak. And since you're at home and you have a bathtub, bathtubs can act as large reservoirs for washing or flushing, and pots, bottles, and kettles are drinking water reserves. Because the power at any time, this is definitely the most important thing to do. Option's not correct. So option A, if you barricade, this is important, but time-sensitive utilities come first. For option C, ration planning, again, this is smart, but no food is a problem in 3 days, while no water is a problem in the first day. And option D, turning on the news and calling your loved ones, that sounds useful, but communication noise risks attention after securing the basic. Okay, so it's 15 minutes in, containers are full, the pressure is dropping, the power is still on, but it could cut out at any moment. What's the smartest next move? Option A, inventory food in order of perishability and set ration sizes. Option B, stand on the balcony to gauge how many people are on the street. Option C, drag a bookcase against your front door for extra bracing. Or option D, write a visible note on your front door saying, alive inside, uninfected, in case help comes.
D. No, so probably A, C. Lock me in A.
So the correct answer here is option A, inventory and ration food. So the reason that this is important is because a calorie plan prevents panic eating and also using fridge power while you still have fridge power. Option B is incorrect because this makes you a visible target. Your silhouette against the sky is bait for both infected people and opportunistic survivors, and it's not worth the risk this early. Option C, bracing the door, is not wrong, but it's slightly premature. You're still going to have the ability to move between the rooms and also possibly scavenge from your neighbors or adjust sound or light control. And option D, the front door note, this might emotionally feel smart, but ultimately it's a liability. This is because it draws attention to your apartment, and it also gives away the fact that someone is alive inside and likely with resources. It also just increases your risk of being targeted by desperate people, and there's no guarantee who reads this note. So you're an hour into the outbreak, the supplies are counted, you share the space with your 2 flatmates. What's the next priority? Option A, establish a silent alert or knock code for movement inside the flat. Option B, cook a large hot meal so electricity dies. Option C, assign one person to sit by the peephole and watch the hallway. Or option D, start binge charging every device you own.
Okay, hold on. I know about stress. D, you don't need devices, no internet, right? C, that's not bad. But air sheet. I'm going. Lock me on A.
So the correct option is option A, to have a silent alert. It can stop accidental shouting, accidental noise, and door opens late. Loud mistakes, which are potentially fatal mistakes, are put in place. Okay, so you're now 2 hours into the outbreak. Communications are set and outside. What do you next? Option A, pick one windowless interior room as the fallback or the sleep space. Option B, clear the hallway outside your unit of any loose objects. Option C, start boiling tap water to sterilize it while power remains. Or option D, spread your stored water containers across different rooms in case of a breach. So the correct option here is option A, designate a fallback room. So the right answer is because if the outer flat is breached, you need a last line of defense already chosen. So this is about prioritizing worst case preparedness, but it's too late. By the 2 hour mark, we're assuming you've already secured water, you've already locked down and you've gone dark, and also the initial chaos has passed, but ability is still fragile. So option B, clearing the way of loose objects, is a good idea, but it's not really worth the risk of sound unless there's a threat outside. Option C, boiling the water, sounds smart, but you've already filled containers at this point, and the tap water is still running, so it's not yet unsafe. The power right now might stay on for hours, or it might just cut suddenly, but even then, you can boil the water from the fallback room later. Boiling it right now just creates unnecessary heat, noise, and smell, which are all signals that you want to prevent early on. And finally, D, spreading the water containers around the room. This is like a good idea, but it's minor optimization. Obviously, if you're breached, you don't want all of your water in one place, but again, if you're breached that badly, the whole flat is essentially compromised. And the fallback room should already have its own mini storage. Okay, so you've made it to the end of day 1. The barricades, water, food, signals, safe room, and hygiene are all handled. What should you do to finish the day? Option 1, stay awake all night in rotating 2-hour guard shifts. Option B, start a small cooking fire on the balcony to reduce indoor smells. Option C, signal from a window in Morse code that survivors are inside. Or option D, mentally map a 10 to 14 day isolation timeline and nightly routine.
Here you are.
Get me out of here.
The reason the right answer is because this sets psychological expectations and also ration discipline. Having exhausting all-night watches just create risk without adding immediate survival value. So it's now been 48 hours since the beginning of the outbreak. You sirens, no screams, no gunfire, just silence. You crack a window and you listen. Movement sounds faint and far away. Who now? Option A, open the window a few more inches for ventilation because the air inside is stale. Option B, scan the street from behind the curtain for movement or patterns. Option C, step briefly onto your balcony and confirm how many bodies you can see below. Or option D, look on the ceiling to check if the neighbors upstairs are still alive.
A, I guess. I don't know, probably A.
So the correct answer here is option B, scan the street discreetly. So the reason that this is correct is because in the 40-hour period, this phase is about information without exposure. If you're looking quietly through a covered window, this can give you insight into movement without sound or silhouette. Opening a window or stepping outside creates unnecessary noise and profile. And knocking is an even worse idea because you don't know who's alive or what they'd do if they heard you. You suspect that the apartment across the hall is abandoned. The door is cracked. What do you do? Option A, enter quietly in search for supplies. Option B, close and secure the door from the outside to prevent risk later. Option C, leave it untouched. Or option D, knock once, wait, and then cautiously enter with your knife drawn.
Just gonna eat.